Hey guys, this is Stephanie Hamley with Hamley Bake Shoppe, and today we're in my kitchen to show you some of our favorite recipes that we use at the shop. On this episode, we are going to make roll out sugar cookie dough. So those cute little decorated cookies that you see during the holidays, Easter, Christmas, all that cute stuff with the pretty royal icing. That's what we're going to make today. If you're ready to do this, then let's go. So we're first going to start off with our softened butter. We're going to pop this in the mixer and get going. And I just want to beat the butter a little bit and get it softened before I add my next ingredient. So we make sugar cookies at the shop all the time, and your creativity can really explode as far as that goes. So I've just got my butter softened and just kind of beat onto the bowl. The next thing we're going to do is add our powdered sugar. Now it's best to sift the powdered sugar because if you have lumps, sometimes just during packaging, the powdered sugar will get little hard, like little chunks in it, and the last thing you want to do is have a bunch of chunky powdered sugar bits in your cookie dough. So just sift that. It's a pain at first, but it'll be worth it. So on low, we're going to mix the powdered sugar in. I'm going to go up one more. All right, so right now it's not fully incorporated, but we're getting there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my eggs. And then I'm gonna add my eggs one at a time. My eggs are also at room temperature. So just set them out, 15, 20 minutes before you start baking. It'll just help everything mix together. And it has not combined. We're still in the mixing process. But I am going to go ahead and scrape my bowl down. We want to make sure all that sugar and butter is incorporated. I love this cookie dough recipe. And it's so simple to make, and these cookies don't spread. So if you're wanting to decorate cookies, this is the recipe you need. So we're just gonna get this mixed until it's nice and fluffy. Okay. So we're fluffy, and our butter and sugar and eggs have lightened up some. So now we're gonna add our flour, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the salt in there. You can use table salt or kosher salt, and I didn't bring a whisk, so I'm just gonna do that. Get our hands dirty, right? So we're just gonna mix. Try not to fling it all over the place. We're gonna do just a little bit at a time, just because there is a lot of flour and it will make a mess. So on low, we're just gonna let it combine. And then as it starts to come together, then we'll add more flour. So just a little bit more. We'll probably do this in like 3 steps. And I always make a mess. I always tell the girls at the shop I'm like a walking tornado because I literally just, I make a mess everywhere I go. But if you're not making a mess, you're not having fun. At least that's what I tell myself. It's getting thick. So we're gonna just go ahead and add the rest of the sugar, or excuse me, the flour in here. And it makes it really hard to do this. That's why I like to use the little measuring cup. They have these handy dandy attachments that you can put on the bowl to help actually put this stuff in there, but I'm lazy. Okay. As you can see, it's fluffy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add my vanilla in. You can add it in with the eggs. That's probably what I should have done, but so you don't want to overmix, but you want everything to be incorporated. I'm gonna go just a little bit faster. All right, so I think we're good. Now, this recipe, you really need to chill it at least for an hour or so before you start using it. If you're pressed for time, you really, you could use it right away. But I would suggest wrapping it up in saran wrap and then just sticking it in the fridge overnight. That way everything can kind of settle down and it's just a lot easier to work with. Because once this starts getting soft, it does make it more difficult to roll out. Ugh. And I like eating this dough raw. I know that's bad, but it tastes so good. And you can actually flavor this, if you wanted lemon cookie dough or maybe a confetti cookie dough, you can add the sprinkles or add the flavor instead of using the vanilla. But this is just a classic recipe, and I figure I should teach you the classics. So I'm just gonna get my saran wrap, and I'm gonna just make 2. Ugh. Like, look at this. I mean, if you wanted to roll this out now, you could. Again, it'll be a little bit harder to work with, but you can do it. I usually divide the dough in half. And then wrap it up. Write the date on it. And write sugar cookie dough, stick it in the fridge, or if you wanted to make a batch ahead of time, you could wrap it up and put it in the freezer. And then just take it out a couple days before you want to bake, and you can use it then. So, if you have company coming over and you want to try to get ahead of the holidays or, just anything, you can do that. My daughter's signaling that she wants to eat the cookie dough, so I better not clear the bowl out too much. But anyway, you get the idea. So we're gonna just wrap this up, write the date on it, and then stick it in the fridge. And then the next time that I see you, we will roll this out, cut them, and then decorate them. If you like this video, make sure you like it, hit subscribe, and that way you get notified when the next video comes out. Until then, keep baking.